Hello, friends. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. More of us will be here at some point.
We're working on it.
I'm joined by our amazing cast of Buddy Dreadful right now. VS will be here in a minute, I think.
He was here. We're having technical
and I think we had more technical difficulties. Mac and Cheese Please will be here soonish.
Hey,
there we go. Mac and Cheese Please will be here at 6:30 or so, and maybe like 15 minutes, and then Moobs is gone. Moobs is gone, everyone.
Don't. You're gonna make everyone panic again, like
Moobs
last
is
time.
gone on vacation, everyone.
He has left the country?
He has left the building. He has left the stream. Not like leave the stream. He's just on vacation.
Relaxing with a drink somewhere. That's what I think.
We took Moobs. Yeah, Moobs is gone. Oh man. Anyway, and we have this wonderful square here to remind us of him, and then Max square when she gets back. Anyway, we're also joined by our amazing cast now, Virtual Spectre, who's joined us, who's having some technical difficulties, but you know what, we're working through them. It's been a week, let me tell you. So a couple things that this is my brain right now. This is what's going on. It's just like trying to think of a good analogy of what's going on in my brain right now. Like if you went inside of like a racquetball court and just you just dumped ping pong balls in there, just kept dumping them in there and they're bouncing all around. That's what's going on. That's my brain right now.
Earlier I described my brain as my inner voice is treading water while on a runaway train that's also trying to solve the trolley problem.
I feel like treading water on a runaway train should be the title of your memoirs.
Done.
Anyway, we're almost to 1,600 plays on our our podcast. I don't know why I keep stretching my arms out. I guess I should start singing with arms wide open for all you kids that are as old as me.
No one gets that reference.
Hold on. I bet someone gets that reference with arms wide open. Someone listening out there, either on stream or like, I'm not
Misfit
that
gets
old.
it.
Thank you. Thank you. See, it's not as obscure.
Now we just outed all our audience for being old. Sorry, chat.
You don't have to be old. You just have to have good taste in music. Anyway, we're almost 1,600 plays on our podcast. So thank you all for listening to that. They are in small bite-sized. I say bite-sized. They're cut in half, so you don't have to listen to the whole stream at once if you don't want to. I find it's a little easier to keep your place. That's just me. If you don't like it, let me know, and I might consider changing it. Maybe not. Who knows? Send me your arguments. Aside from that, we also have some new-ish merch featuring the wonderful Mimi, who you will see on your screen right now. Boom. Mimi's on merch. We got brand new stuff. We got tank tops for your summer needs, if that's your thing. So we got them.
The fantastic art by Village Idiot.
Yes, Village Idiot, fantastic art. Also, castersandcantrips.com/merch, or just castersandcantrips.com. That's where you have all of your casters and cantrip needs fulfilled. Every single one of them. All of your CNC D&D needs. Anyway, if you also don't know, we have a Patreon, and it's really nice. That's like probably the worst way to to try to promote that. But anyway, there's some cool tiers. You can get early access to our VODs, as well as the podcasts. There's even a tier to let you make an NPC, non-playable character in my little world, and I will do my best.
Finally met one.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
You all met Button, and then there's one more in the world that will be coming soon. I know I've been saying that, but I don't know I don't know where y'all are gonna go. I'm just not the train conductor. I'm just along for the ride. I just lay the tracks and you drive the train. There we go.
Whoa! No one is driving the train.
That's the problem. Treading water on a runaway train. There you go.
You can put down all the tracks you want. That doesn't mean we're following.
That's true. Like I could put down a set of tracks in episode 1, and then you don't just follow them until episode 30.
Go, oh, hey, look at those tracks over there. Anyways.
That was the funniest thing to me when you were like, wait, we could have done that like the first day. I was like, I mean, yeah, if you wanted to.
I don't even remember what it was now. What was it?
I mean, the whole thing about Ron's village and what was, you know,
yeah, we could have solved that.
You know,
so
the big elemental abomination that gave y'all weird, freaky powers and stuff.
Freaky powers.
But yeah, Button was the Myconid, the mushroom potion dealer in Emberholm. I want to go see
Button again.
If you're hoping for new wares, it's only been a day or two. So
we'll give him 4 days. I think that's what he said.
He did not say 4 days. Anyway,
4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember giving a specific day, but that's fine. Anyway, if this is your first time here, or if you've just forgotten since we weren't here last week, we do see all of the alerts in our chat, and we see them and feel them in our hearts. We just don't have any sound effects or bells and whistles on the screen because we have to keep the sanctity and the integrity of our serious D&D game because everyone's so hyper focused and remaining in character. And it's important stuff. Made up lives depend on it. In our D&D game. Anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to pass the mic over to VS, who's going to give us a speech.
That's right. This was planned ahead of time. I'm going to tell you a story about whales. Whales live in the ocean. Sometimes they swim deep. Sometimes they're in the shallows. They speak with underwater whistles. Whales.
That is the most poetic thing I've ever heard you say. And with
someone doesn't clip that right now, I'm going to start throwing things.
All right. That was perfect. That's a great segue to our intro. Bye. Our story last left off with Sweet Justice seeing the announcement, or hearing the announcement, that the Silent Hand would be participating in the martial arts tournament in Emberholm. The Silent Hand was the group of assassins that were the previous owners of Valken's cursed sword. After the opening ceremony, the party enjoyed the food, drink, and festivities that were taking place there in the square. But shortly after, Sensei Anelian from the Silent Hand came over to speak with Valken and the rest of the group. Anelian informed Valken that she would very much like the sword back, as it belonged to her and her school and had been for many centuries. In response, Valken gave an array of extremely Valken responses and denying knowing anything about this heirloom at all. Before leaving, Anelian alluded to Sensei Gin's disappearance and hoped that Valken would find his sensei soon. The next day, the martial arts events officially begun. The first event was the Movement and Form event that focused on each student's prepared katas. After the first round, the Silent Hand School took first place in the tournament with an early lead. During the event, Vin observed 2 of the Silent Hand members moving away from the tournament and further into the city. Vin was able to follow them through the crowd for some distance, but was ultimately lost one of them as the other had intercepted her to keep them from following the group. The next event of the tournament was the Strength and Technique event. This event tested the students' ability to break stones while also maintaining a bit of strategy as well. This event was won by Ollie from the Halls of Iron Dojo. The standings after the first 2 events were the Silent Hand in first place, Halls of Iron in second place, Shoya Lake Academy in third place, Divine Heart School in 4th, In the Temple of the Crystal Rose, the home team bringing up the rear and last. The following day of the tournament will be hand-to-hand fighting in weapons combat events. And that is where we'll begin our session this evening. So, it is the following day in the tournament. Which I believe is duodecim third. Last day of the tournament. There are 2 events left, both of which are worth more points than the previous 2 events. So
They're worth more? Oh.
Yes. So if you all are curious about the current standings, they're there on the stream. Pretty close considering, except for the last place team there.
And the Silent Hand's the ones we don't like, right?
I mean, they're very lovable, right?
They have the purple cloaks?
Yes.
Purple
Crystal Rose
lined
is the home
cloaks.
team, right?
What's that?
Crystal Rose is the home team, right?
They are their Zunde's school. Yes.
Oh, where's Balls of Iron from then?
They are from Tamantir. Or not. Yes, Tamantir. Which
That
is
makes sense.
on the map. Which I will show you all now. Not that. Where's the map at? I've done messed up, y'all. That's okay. I showed y'all some secrets. No worries. So the Tamantir is the capital city of Ramcrown Federation, to the east of where you all are now. So once I set this scene up and not give away any more spoilers,
What
I haven't done that in a
Divine
while.
Heart? I forgot what they're from.
Divine Heart School is another school from the Vantis Kingdom.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Let's try this again, Maximus, without giving away all these things. There we go. Perfect. You can see Emberholm is there, situated in the mountains, and then Tamantir is there on a large plateau, just to the east.
Are we currently still at like the hotel at the inn?
Yes, you had gotten a night's sleep.
Okay, that's
It is now the following day. You had taken precautions to ensure that no one tried to assail you in the evening, especially knowing the sort of animosity the Silent Hand has for Valken.
I would like to use a spell.
Sure.
I would like to use sending. I have to remember the name of the person.
Really?
I mean, it's been a long time. What was her name? We met her up and she stayed with us at the Baba's.
Oh, okay. You are thinking about, give me 1 second because I have to fix a couple things real quick.
I didn't even know it was going to take sending until last session, so I didn't think I needed to remember this information, just to be fair. It's written in my notes somewhere, but I can't get them to load.
In our Discord, it says something about sending to Ixius.
Ixius is not the person that she's thinking of, though.
Right.
Wait, who's Ixius?
Ixius Oleri is the Arcanist that was kidnapped.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Salon.
No, you're right. Sorry, that's who I want to send to first. First spell slot, Ixius.
Gotcha. Just to
I'll do it while Vin's sleeping in the bed. Like, we're in the room, it's in the morning, we just woke up, it's quiet, and Vin's asleep, and I'm just gonna quietly sending. No, I did not forget Ixius. I forgot that I was gonna sending to her or to them first. That's what I forgot. And then the next person.
So
No, I will not forget the one person whose life we destroyed.
So just for your reference, the teenage tiefling that you had found in the Tyrian region that you were thinking of originally that had left Salon is Annalise Demaya, Anna for short. Just so you have that in your brain.
What for short?
What's that?
For short, you said
Anna.
Anna?
Anna. It is short for Annalise.
Yeah.
So, however, you are looking for sending. So I need to look up the exact spell language for reasons.
Oh? Why?
He's trying to figure out if you can actually send to a dead person.
No, don't say that, Val. I almost called you Valkan when that clear. Well, Valkan would have said that too, probably.
Probably.
So now I'm mad at both of you.
Okay, you cast sending. I need you to roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh, okay. I will roll my D100 to see how good I am. Maybe I'm still a little bit asleep. Let us see. I rolled a 73.
73. Okay,
Yes.
What are you going to say?
Okay, this one is to Ixius. Ixius, are you okay? This is Bryn. Do you remember me? We finished mission. Now we want to find you.
There's sort of a long pause. And you hear a voice that's familiar to you. Somewhat strange, somewhat distant. I do remember you. Is the child safe? Did you get away? I was taken. I do not know where I am. All I see is black.
Okay. Let's see how many spell slots I have. Percent. Okay, I'm gonna use the second one for them again, and I won't message the other one today.
Okay.
Use both my third levels. Might be able to get one of those back. I have to double check. I don't understand wizards very well still. Okay.
About arcane recovery, you could use that to get one back.
Yeah, okay. The child is safe. Do not worry. We will find you. We think you may be in Salon. Need clues. I think that was 25.
Another pause. Same sort of distant speech pattern. That seems likely. I remember being taken on a ship in the sky. Once we pierced the veil, all I saw was black.
Can you repeat that? You were whispering, so it was a little hard to make out.
So they say that it seems likely they remember being taken on a ship in the sky. Once they pierced the veil, all they saw was black.
Spawn is likely. Who's taken? Ship in the sky. Once we pierce the veil, all I saw is back. Okay. Holy crap! I cracked the case wide open, y'all. Okay. Mac isn't here, so we could come back to me when she gets here because I want to slap her awake to tell her this information.
Okay. So it is currently that morning. What would you all like to do?
Get breakfast.
Yeah,
Some
breakfast. Okay.
All
right.
Velcan, what do you eat to prepare for combat? Do you have special sort of, gladiator's meal to be perfect mind and body all connected sort of thing?
Pancakes sound good.
Oh, well, okay. For example, in the north, when it is middle of winter and the heartiest of the men and women must leave to go and hunt for food, traditionally you drink you take like a drink and you muddle it together so it has sort of like grains, raw grains and honey, and then you put like some sheep's blood in there too. Very good. And then maybe like some mead to keep you warm. I could make for you. Probably they have not sheep's blood, but they might have some red beets or something.
How are any of you alive?
What? I am very healthy. I am like a perfect specimen of health. And you've met Babas. You don't even want to know how old they actually are.
Yeah, that's why
Telling
I'm
you.
confused. I think I'll stick to pancakes and some juice.
Are you staying
Could
in
muddle
the...
it all together.
I generally like my foods separate.
Okay, I just tried to help.
Are you staying in the Widget Well and getting your breakfast delivered to you, or are you venturing out somewhere?
They have like a... I assume, is it like a continental breakfast type thing?
You just pull the lever and breakfast comes to you.
Yeah, but is it gonna be like mushrooms and stuff?
There are choices.
Wasn't it like
mushroom cakes.
vegetarian stuff mostly?
I mean, pancakes are vegetarian, right?
Yeah, but like...
Bacon pancakes aren't.
No.
Oh, hey.
And then Vin appears out of the sky. Roll initiative. No, I'm kidding.
For reals or not for reals?
Not for reals.
Okay, it's a 1, so good thing.
So Valken, you can easily find some pancakes. They're a little more different than what you're used to. A little earthier, like most things here. Finding that it probably wasn't grain, it was some sort of fungi used to make the pancake. But I believe, Bryn, you had some information for Vin.
Oh yeah, it is morning, and Vin is awoken by being roughly shaken.
Stop! No!
Vin, I have information. I must tell you. It is very important.
No!
Wait, I'm trying to remember it. I don't want to say it twice. Let's go find Velcan and Ron. I tell everyone to go, come on. And I start like dragging Vin down for breakfast.
Fine.
And then once I have everybody together, I'll tell them.
All right.
Okay, so I used my spells to do sending as I have been practicing, and I reached out and I found Ixius. I found them. They are alive. I do not know where they are. They do not know where they are. They said everything is dark.
Can you send again and ask them if they smell anything or hear anything?
This is what I should have woken you up before I did it. That is a very good idea. Shit. No, I can't until tomorrow. I will do again. But I did this ask. I told them child is safe and we finished the mission and that we will find them. And then I said we think in Salon, and they said that that is likely. But then also they said they were taken on a ship in the sky.
In the sky?
I've never even heard of such a thing. Is that even possible? Balkan, have you seen such a thing?
Have I seen such a thing?
Ship in the sky.
Do I need
It
to
is-
like? Can I roll for like something?
You have
Yes.
never heard of that. You don't. No roll needed.
I'll roll
Really?
it.
Is
That sounds
oh, shit.
absurd.
Flying ship. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
It is what they said. And then they said, once we pierced the veil, all I saw was black. So they rode the ship into blackness? Another dimension? I do not know.
This sounds like nothing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if no one has seen flying ships, the only place they can be is Salon. It is pretty much a fact because nobody knows what's going on there. If it was anywhere else, I feel like we might know.
Is that currently where we are, or if we traveled somewhere else?
You're in Remcrown. Salon is a spooky place no one's ever gone to.
Gotcha.
It should be in like a like, you know how there's some bags that you can just keep putting stuff into and it goes into a space.
Bag of holding? Like
yeah,
what
Ron has a
Like my
little, Ron has a Ronnie pack of holding.
This is in character speaking. Yeah, like, you know, could she be in a pocket space like that? Maybe.
Well, they said that they were taking on the ship first, and then so you're saying a ship that can fly can travel inside a pocket dimension.
Falcon.
I don't know. I don't know how any of that works.
I would like for you to make I'll let you choose a raw intelligence roll or a raw wisdom roll.
Uh-oh.
Intelligence or wisdom? I guess wisdom.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I think your intelligence is -1, but you have the option.
Yeah. If I'm rolling for wisdom, that should be 19.
A 19. So you spout that information off of, could they be in a pocket space? Like, you don't know how magic works, but you know that there's something inside of that bag that is more space than there is available in the world, right? If you kind of get what I'm trying to say. I'm not explaining it well. Seems plausible. You don't know the magic behind it, but if there's an extra dimensional space inside of a bag that can hold things, why couldn't there be extra dimensional spaces to hold people?
Yes.
No.
So that's my thought process.
Can I see what I know?
Like
Using
maybe
either
she's in some kind
Arcana,
of special prison somewhere.
Arcana or Intelligence.
Arcana makes sense.
I just want to be like, did anything Valkan say just make any sense based on the laws of magic as I understand them?
Yeah, can I do the same thing since
Sure.
I'm a magic folk?
Yeah.
Ooh, I only got a 10.
Hold on.
Well, I did read this one book once and it seemed possible.
So you had a 10, and then what does Finn have?
Is it a Arcana
Arcana.
check you said?
Yep.
I don't simple math. What's 8 plus 5?
Well, 13.
That's the number I got.
Yeah, so both
Wait,
of you...
Actually, I don't want to waste it. I was like, I could roll to do better, but
So
Now we can be
wait.
dummies.
both of you, I mean, at least trained in the arcane arts, Bryn, and then very familiar with it, Vin, since you've both been casting spells, it seems plausible. You wouldn't want to stuff a person inside your bag of holding because they'd probably suffocate, right? It's not meant for
Right.
people's, but seems possible. Like, it's not outside the realm of what could happen.
Okay, I'll have to look into this. Tomorrow I can use sending and we could talk to,
You ask Ixius, what do your elf nostrils smell?
we could see what smells. Or I'm thinking instead we could send sending to Annalise, see if she saw any flying ships when she was there. That would be a clue. Or we can contact our good friend.
Loading. Loading. Who are you trying to think of, and who? What do they do, and where are they?
I feel very embarrassed that I can't remember her name.
Risa.
Risa. I was just testing you. Or I send to Risa, and we could see if she has any books about flying that mention
Risa is
flying
the worst
ships.
person to send it to.
Why? Oh, because she's not very good at sending.
I mean, she's smart, but she's not that smart. She doesn't realize she only gets so many words. She's gonna be like, "Hi, how are you? I hope things are good. Yeah, about that thing." And then it's
What if I sent her a message? It's just like, Risa, pay attention. Look up books about flying ships. I only want to hear about flying ships, nothing else.
Then she'll be like, "Why do you want to hear about flying
ships?
ships? That's a really odd request." And Risa is no. Do not
What about,
do
didn't
it.
you have like a teacher somewhere or something when you were learning magic? Maybe they could answer a question about spaces.
Yeah, they were kind of dicks, though. I don't know anything about Salon.
Not so long, but maybe about like other realms or magic spaces, maybe.
Hear me out.
Is this true?
What about the Lich?
No, I am not using sending to speak to Lich.
They helped
It is
us
setting
before,
bad precedent. Then he'll like
They've
have my
helped
number
us
and he'll call me
before.
all the time. You know what I mean?
and then he'll help us some more.
I don't know if that's true.
We have not had bad vibes from this Lich.
Finn, do you know what a Lich is?
A very powerful wizard.
That
He's old. Lives on an island they secluded to themselves.
Before that part, that word lives that you say? Maybe like revisit that real quick. Think,
They
just
live.
think.
Living, they're breathing, they're alive, they're eating, and I'm just like spouting
No.
out words that have to do with living.
They are dead, Vin. They are dead. They are using magic to be undead.
So maybe
They
they
are
are very
breaking
smart
the
and have seen
laws
something in the
of-
past, and
Actually, now that you say that, that does kind of like make sense. So, okay, I will consider.
that's what I'm saying. And maybe you would consider.
I will consider.
Thank you. That's all I asked was you could consider it.
It is very smart.
I try sometimes.
Ooh, are you going to talk to your dragon lady friend today? Maybe we ask her too.
Ooh, that's what.
Maybe she
No?
knows about flying ships into other dimensions and all this.
Why don't we go now? What's stopping us?
I just look over at Valkan. How many pancakes has he eaten so far?
It depends on how big they are. If they're small, then he's eating like
Plate-sized flapjacks.
probably about
They're
6
thin.
or 7.
Okay, let's go, Valkan. You don't want to tummy ache before you have to fight. And I'm gonna drag Valkan.
Can I?
Yep.
Falcon just like grabs the small, what's left of the small little jar of like syrup. Okay.
Drink it?
Yeah, he's gonna.
Are you Max?
I like
Wait,
syrup,
Max
all right.
does that?
You love
No.
syrup.
I just make
Wait.
my pancakes swim in it.
But you're not like taking shots of maple syrup. Just want to confirm.
I'm not, but if someone asked me to, I would
Okay,
probably
it's
do
not
it.
I
like-
think you did when I
Falcon.
made some from
Noted.
scratch.
There's like a shot of syrup left. He just wants to top off.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it. I would do it, but it's not a normal thing that I do. Like if you were like, hey, Max, have a shot of syrup, I'd be like, all right. And I'd
So
do it.
next charity scream, we're all doing shots of syrup, right?
Oh,
That doesn't sound
I'm-
bad.
I'm actually down.
sounds like
I
so
mean,
many empty calories.
I'd have to do the
Yeah.
sugar-free one, and then
Oh,
I'd
how
probably
many
have
calories could be
stomach.
syrup?
That's the
aches.
problem is the sugar-free one. And we're not going to talk anymore past that, but don't even thought of that.
We're going to find the dragon lady. Let's go.
So as you are finishing your breakfast and you make your way out to the streets to head to find Zunde, you hear the clock strike that morning, and Valken, you realize that you are running late. The tournament has probably already started this morning, and the hand-to-hand event is probably going on currently, and you know that you are slated for the next event.
Is that because I hear a prowl. We're on a different floor than the tournament, right?
You are.
Apparently.
You are 2 floors above. You just need to go in the lift and then hit the button and then head down.
I think the tournament's. I think I'm late actually. Should probably. I'm gonna go head that way. Are you all coming?
Yeah. We have to. We signed up to be on sort of crowd control. You know what I mean?
Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna. Falcon's gonna just take off in a jog and kind of like do stretch calisthenics while he's jogging towards the lift and stuff.
Yeah, Falcon's jog is like Bryn running at full speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bryn's just like, hey, look, and I kind of grab Vin's hand and start trying to keep up. Like, wait for us.
He's like an Olympic athlete jogging, like a sprinter, jogging down the road. So you make your way down to the guilds level where the tournament has been taking place. And normally where the square had been set up for the previous events, it has now been sort of cordoned off in sort of a makeshift arena right in the middle there has been set up. And now is going to be the hand-to-hand event where there are only 5 participants. First place will take 7 points instead of the normal 5. So the points are increased for this event. And Falcon, as you show up here, you are able to see luckily the first match is just beginning. And as you can all see, I made beautiful brackets because I have nothing better to do with my time, but it's easier to keep track of.
I like it.
This is like official.
It is officially official, the martial arts tournament. So what I'm going to do here is with this particular event, I am just going to have you all roll head to head straight up to see who's going to win in these bouts. Okay. And I'm going to assign Falcon to the Shoya Lake Academy, and I will be the silent hand in this first round. Bryn, you'll be Oli from Halls of Iron, and Mac, you will be Finn from Divine Heart School. So
I like
what I want Mac and Bryn to do is both roll a d20 and let me know what your results are.
a straight, no adding.
Nope, just a d20.
Okay.
$17.
A 5.
Okay, so I would like for you two to describe what happens in this hand-to-hand combat in the tournament.
And what's his face again?
You are Oli, who is a dwarf,
Oh, a new person.
young one, and then
Hand-to-hand combat.
Mac, you are Finn from the Divine Heart School, and Finn, you can describe however you would like how they either won or how Finn lost, how this fight went.
Wait, did Finn win or did Finn lose? Is
You
it the
lost,
higher number?
unfortunately.
They lost. Okay.
Yeah.
Finn starts off with like, and wait, this is hand-to-hand combat.
Yes.
Finn starts off with like a jab to the stomach, and the stomach actually hits.
It hits, but
Y'all are
he's
gonna
like a
hate me.
dwarf.
I was looking at the wrong damn bracket.
I was wondering because I was like, I don't even see those names.
I am so sorry. I was looking at the wrong bracket because we have 2. I'm such a screw up. Okay.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Just kidding. But I'll keep your 2 roles. So you'll be Jerta, Mac from Divine Heart School, and then Bun, you were Gilsa from the Silent Hand.
Okay. What
Same
am
thing.
I? Human?
Gilsa from the Silent Hand, I believe. If you'll give me one moment here. Yeah, Gilsa is a human.
Okay, Gilsa like does that thing where like if you kind of know someone's gonna hit you, you can like prepare for it a little bit. Like if you were training, you'd be able to prepare. So it kind of like takes the punches to the stomach, but then waits and uses the opening after the punches to just like totally just like deck Jurta outside the head kind of thing. I was thinking we're doing some MMA style. I don't know. This would actually be more like Asian martial arts that I don't know anything about.
So you said that you hit me on the side of the head. It connects and I'm like feeling kind of woozy and I'm like trying to like punch back, but like I had a headache and so I looked at the sun and just kind of like full on KO'd.
Yeah. And you all noticed that you may have expected something kind of like very like Karate Kid-esque, like, oh, you hit him, you get a point. It's not like that. It's hand to hand, and whoever goes down loses, essentially.
Ooh,
so it's more,
okay.
it's more closer to mixed martial arts than it is to just a straight up points sort of karate tournament. So with that, Gilsa is able to knock out.
And
Jurta.
I was happy to win, and now I'm sad to win because it's douche school.
Douche school. Okay. VS, you are going to be Thalia from Shoya Lake Academy. It can be described however you would like. And I will be Jome from the Halls of Iron. So if you would roll a d20 for me, and I will roll mine, and we'll see who wins.
Okay. Probably not going to be me. I rolled a 3.
Natural 1.
Oh.
So
I think there's only one way to probably describe this is the sloppiest hand-to-hand fight that we've probably seen. Probably the two least experienced fighters in the ring. Just, you know, not great technique, whiffed punches, whiffed kicks, but at the end, I think Thalia just ends up landing more hits when time runs out or something. Since we both rolled low, it's probably not exciting.
So, and kind of like what you said, is it started like they were trying to maintain their form, and it looked almost too rigid, where they were almost like maintaining their form, what they practiced, and not actually putting it into practice, if that makes sense. So it just sort of devolves into a lot of barely controlled chaos, and Jome is hit with an errant backhand from Bathalia that ends up knocking out Jome and putting them into the dirt, which allows Bathalia to move to the finals, as there are only 5 people competing in hand-to-hand. So Shoya Lake had gotten a bye round.
Boy. So
We're in the audience watching, right?
Yes, you all are. You're in the audience. You can do whatever you like. Anything that you want to talk about or do, you can. Next, we have got Theo against Gilsa in the Silent Hand. And we'll... Mac, you can have Gilsa this time.
Okay.
And Bun, you'll be rolling for Theo. Both of you roll a d20, and then Mac, I would like you to add or roll a second d20, and you get advantage for reasons.
Okay.
Because they're cheaters.
Oh wait, it fell off the thing. Hold on, let me do that again. All right.
Okay.
8. 5.
8.
And then an 8. Not rolling very good.
6.
Okay. So once again, Gilsa and Theo is from Emberholm, the Temple of the Crystal Rose. They're currently in last place, and they're trying to make up some ground here. How does Theo lose to Gilsa?
I think Theo, he just like wants it too much, so he's like overcompensating a little bit in areas that he knows he's weak, and so it's really easy to just like dodge everything.
And then Mac, how does Gilsa finish off Theo?
I cheated.
Gilsa sees that Theo is like getting up from like a punch, you know? And then as they're getting up and like turn to face me, I like trip them so they fall, and then like knee them like a body slam knee. I don't know if that's to the chest, and they would knock the wind out of them.
Very nice. Okay. I'm trying to keep up and get these points situated while I can, so I don't mess up here. They get 1 point. I think it's 2. Okay, it is now the final round. It is Gilsa against Bathalia. And in this case, you've noticed there's not a lot of time between these rounds. There's not a lot of time between recuperation. Once one is done, it's right on to the next one. Right on to the next one. It's sort of, for Gilsa, it's been quite a gauntlet. 3 fights in a row, essentially, after the others have been done. But one thing that some of you have noticed in Gilsa's sort of technique is seems like they excel at sort of wearing down their opponent for whatever reason. You're not sure exactly what it is yet. You haven't watched long enough to pick up on it, but they've got some kind of technique that's giving them some sort of edge against the other students.
Could we say that as Valken has been watching this fight, could he maybe focus in on potentially what that technique might be as he's watching?
Sure. I would like you to make a wisdom roll and add your proficiency, because this is sort of a knowledge directly related to like martial arts monks. So basically roll d20 and add 5.
20 and add 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 12.
A 12. You're watching it. It's something that you've never seen before, but it's almost like taking, not similar to someone getting the wind knocked out of them, but something is happening to where they are not as effective as they could be. So, final round is Gilsa and Bathalia for the hand-to-hand combat. So roll your d20. Let me know the results.
Am I still Gilsa, or am I somebody else?
I am Gilsa.
You're
I'm doing
Gilsa.
the finals, yeah.
Got it.
I rolled 13.
Miraculously, Gilsa, with their advantage roll, rolled a 6 and a 10.
Woo!
So, how does Bathalia get the best of Gilsa? I will say 3 hand-to-hand fights in a row, despite being in sort of like peak physical shape. Gilsa is kind of worn out. Fighting three in a row for anyone is going to be tiring. How does Bathalia sort of take advantage?
So, that fact, along with Bathalia still being kind of, I guess, not as experienced a fighter and is not as sharp in the ring, I think maybe kind of throws Gilsa off her game a little bit. As somebody, it's almost like one of those things where the opponent can't know what you're doing if you don't know what you're doing, type of deal. Where Bathalia's really thinks she's doing things right, but her form is just kind of weird for Gilsa, and and Gilsa being worn down, it just doesn't go her way by the end, and Vitalia just avoids enough hits. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and ultimately Gilsa is bested and falls, much to the surprise of both Gilsa and to everyone in the audience, as it seemed as though that Gilsa was winning handily. But where Shoya Lake may have been sort of lacking maybe in some of the previous events with form, technique, and strength and those things, it seems like that they're very well versed in adapting or in their hand-to-hand combat. Whether it will pass along to the weapons part of the tournament, that remains to be seen. And allow me to tally up these scores. I should never have given myself math to do. Why would I do that?
Isn't D&D all math?
Yeah, but more math. Why would I do more math?
Minimize the math.
And Silent Hand took second. This really shakes up the standings, and I will show you all momentarily what's happened here. So now the current standings, with that win for Shoya Lake Academy, that propels them into second place. Silent Hand is still in first, with Halls of Iron in third with 9 points. Temple, the Crystal Rose, and Divine Heart School with 6. Silent Hand 14 and Shoya Lake Academy 13. So this win in the hand-to-hand tournament could possibly position them to win, depending on how the weapons tournament goes. Knowing the weapons tournament, first place is 8 points, second place is 6 points. Knowing how well Silent Hand is doing, Shoya Lake has to win it all to win it all. So
The next Vulcan?
and that is the next event, is what Valken is competing in, is the weapons portion of it. So as this portion of the tournament is sort of concluded, there is some time here. The rest of the tournament is going to conclude in the evening. This is sort of the morning. There's going to be a long break for lunch, and then after that is where the weapons tournament will begin. And it's similar bracket system. However, each school has 2 people that compete. That will compete in this event. So is there anything that you all would like to do in between? Anyone you'd like to talk to? Anything you'd like to do or find? Or
I want to try to get Volcano like pumped up until he like gets annoyed with Bryn and kind of like gets rid of her. You know, she's gonna try to be real like annoying, like pageant mom style, like, okay, let's do some push-ups. What do you need? Like, breathing. Oh, let's meditate. Let's meditate. Like, she's just like kind of being obnoxious, but I assume he'll kind of get rid of her at some point.
This is probably like, I got it. I got it. I got it. Oi!
Okay. And then Bryn will sort of take the hint and start to just kind of going around crowd. Like if fight's happening here, going in like kind of a circle around, to just keep an eye on the crowd, see if anybody's doing anything suspicious. Maybe also looking for some snacks. Preferably if I see like a really good looking snack that I could give Valken after he wins, that would be nice to grab one of those too.
Confident in me, are you?
And Vin is looking for the person who disappeared before to see if they're like around today.
they are. They are all of the students for the Silent Hand and their sensei are all accounted for currently.
And it was the sensei who went missing last time?
Yes, one of the students came back and intercepted you as they had,
That's right.
They had become aware they were being followed.
I go to Bryn and I kind of like whisper in the ear. I'm like, Sensei, he's back. She's back. Should I go over there and kind of listen to them, or what are you thinking?
Maybe if you can do it like extra stealthy, like, you know.
Okay.
Good luck.
And then, what is the kind of like the vibe of like what people are wearing here?
So it's normal, like aside from the students who are sort of wearing like their gis, like their more traditional like gis like style outfits for martial arts. Everyone else is just normal street clothes. It's like a party to them. It's like, I think the analogy I said last time is it's kind of like a college football game. It's like they're there to watch martial arts and then drink and eat food. So it's like a big event for them.
Is there merch?
If you want there to be merch, there could be merch.
I'm just trying to change my outfit.
There could be some banners for the different schools. Some of the schools might have, like Divine Heart School may be selling like handmade like clothing. It's something that they have done. There's a lot of the schools will do various things to sort of what's what I'm looking for, to sort of bolster their income, because they don't really make money being like a school, like a dojo. They rely on growing things for themselves, making things and potentially selling it, or getting like benefactors or donations. So some of them, like Divine Heart School, are making like very lightweight like linen clothing that's very nice in like summer months and things like that. So you could purchase some of that from them if you would like.
Does the Silent Hand have anything?
No.
Oh.
They're like the people that don't even have a merch table there. They don't care. They don't care who cheers for them. They don't have a following, and they don't want a following.
Okay, I will get some paper and like write like "Go Silent Hand" on it. And then just find like maybe like a t-shirt that's just like Emberhold Martial Arts Tournament 1818 or like whatever year it is. I don't know. And then like go over near them. Mm-hmm. And I'll go at first I'll just kind of listen in.
So they are sort of the edge of like the tournament area, where some of the teams have like their own individual like corners of the like fighting arena where they're like preparing, where they have like their equipment and stuff like that. And as you walk over,
Gilsa, and I also want to note that I look different. I look like a kid, like a male, like 13 or like anywhere between like 13 and like 18-year-old kid.
Sure,
like someone who would be in this tournament but isn't in the tournament.
Are you trying to get kidnapped by the Silent Hand?
No, I'm trying to be like a mega fan, man.
So yeah, you walk over there. What do you look like? Are you like, human? Are
child
you
soldier?
She's gotta look like one of the douchey kid fans, because it's like being a fan of what are they, Cobra Kai? She's got like a rat tail.
Oh god. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. I'll have a rat tail.
I'm sorry.
Kind of like a 90s like spiky hair in the front dealio.
Sure. Why not?
And like maybe my pants are ripped. I look like a kid who like wants to be in martial arts, but like parents never send them to martial arts camp. Like they don't have money to go to martial arts camp, you know?
Gotcha. So you sort of wander over there and you see Gilsa getting absolutely just berated and dressed down by Anelian, who is the sensei of Silent Hand. Anelian is in Gilsa's face and is not quite screaming at them, but very sternly making it clear. And you overhear her say to Gilsa, "We had this tournament in hand, Gilsa, and your errors have cost that. If you had done what you were supposed to do, then we would have won. Now look at us. What a joke." I believe when we get back home, there will be some remedial training for you. Get out of my sight, now! And Gilsa sort of collects her things and just walks out of the tent.
Oh.
Puts their cloak and their hood back on and makes her way out.
I catch Gilsa and I'm like, wow, you did amazing!
And they look at you. Not now.
Well, I just wanted to congratulate you. You did so good. You got so far.
And as you, they just sort of dismiss you, and then they stop and they turn at you, and they say, "Last warning, not now."
What? Why not?
They shove you in the chest, push you away.
Dick.
But I just want to be like you. How can I be like you?
That's the thing, kid. You're not like me. You never will be. They turn around and leave.
But.
Damn.
I'm like, okay,
Harsh.
not working. And then I approach Anelian.
They are in like their dojos, like their tent area, like their team's area.
I like peer in and like kind of get the vibe.
No one's saying anything. They're doing their best to not make eye contact with her. It's like it's so tense in that tent. It's intense.
Oh my god.
Like you could just like slice through like the drama. It's like when you're in school and like some kid got in big trouble and nobody else wants to say anything or do anything. That's what it's like right now.
I'm like, excuse me? Hello?
And Anelian turns to you. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Oh, well, I'm just a big fan of you guys. You did so good.
You're a big fan of us. And how exactly have you heard of us, child?
I've heard of you here today and yesterday. You guys were so good. I'm just really impressed.
Of course you are. Now leave. You
Leave?
don't belong here.
But you have so much talent and I just want to learn a little bit about, I don't know. And I like kick the ground like, how you get so good?
And Anelian has like, her face changes and she sort of smiles and walks over and kneels down. Do you know how we get so good, little one? We take cute little children like you and throw them into the lava for being annoying. Now get out.
Annoying? But I just want to be like you guys.
And she just tries to push you out and just closes like the flap. Niceties and flattery will get you nowhere with this group because they don't give a fuck is the vibe that you're getting here.
Okay. I go over to Bryn and I'm like, it is. Oh, and I change back clothes and everything. I'm Vin now. I'm like, man, the tension is tight in that dojo tent arena situation.
Also, cheating?
What?
Are they cheaters?
I couldn't get any words from them. No one wanted to talk, and Gilsa was getting yelled at, and I tried to talk to them, and they said not now. Like, literally, no one is talking to me. I could go back and be mean to them because flattery, being nice to them was, they don't, I thought maybe they were like an ego. They had like just kind of stroked ego a little bit, but Should I go back?
I just think we keep an eye on them. Maybe we can see like what happens after tournament.
Okay.
All right. And as you're sort of reconnaissance mission is stonewalled, which is not surprising based on what you've seen from their actions across the tournament. They're not speaking to anybody, where a lot of these other schools and dojos, like you had mentioned, are like selling merchandise or like, you know, trying to get people to join, you know, to make their school be more prestigious. They're not doing any of this stuff. They're keeping very much to themselves.
I think while that was going on, Falcon probably would have went over to Shoya Lake students looking for Bethalia after her win.
Yep. And
so
sort of the opposite things happening in the academy. All the kids are like hugging and like high-fiving and yelling and screaming.
Aww.
And like hugging Bethalia, who's a like a half-elfen teenage girl. And you make your way and you see them all kind of huddled around, and you see Emma there, who's just sort of celebrating with the students.
Yeah, I'll just walk up and say Bethalia, right?
She looks over and she goes, yes, Sensei Valken, we did it. I did it. We have a chance.
You did fantastic.
She just hugs you.
Okay. That's great. You did very well. And I'm sure Sensei Emma is very proud of you.
And
as am I. Also, you don't need to call me Sensei, by the way. You all right? I couldn't help but notice your opponent was pretty tough. Are you feeling okay after the fight?
yeah, I feel all right. They seem pretty gassed, so I tried to keep away from them, and all that kind of worked. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of made it up as I went, but I mean, you know, like, best defense is not to be there, right?
I would just say, keep at it. You looked a lot like how I used to fight.
Oh, really?
Eventually, you can turn that sort of style into something a little bit more effective. Who knows?
Wow. So I could be like you and go on adventures?
Oh my god.
Sure. If that's what you want to do.
Like a mini Valkyrie.
And Emma sort of reinforces, like, yes, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And this morning is one glaring example of this.
But you feel healthy after the fight. You don't feel ill.
Oh yeah, I feel all right. I mean, fighting's hard, but it's normal.
Oh, great. Go on. Celebrate with the rest of your team. I'm just gonna turn my attention to Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, kind of surprised.
She sort of pulls you aside. I mean, surprised, yes, but proud. I know
for sure.
They train hard. That's all they do.
Yes, not necessarily surprised at a win. More surprised that the opponent.
Their technique.
Yeah. Did you figure out exactly what was happening? Because I couldn't quite pin it down.
No, I was watching carefully, but some technique that only happened a few times. But I did notice that Bethalia did not happen. But the previous fights, they did something to the students to really just. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I couldn't quite pinpoint it exactly, but I saw the same thing. Which is part of the reason why I came over here, to make sure Bethalia was not in any sort of trouble after the fight.
She
think we
appears to
locked
be
down?
fine.
Well, I'm up later.
Be careful now that you know that they are doing something.
I am not entirely worried about a fighting tournament.
Well,
I faced much worse than these people.
Well, it's important to the students and it's important to me, so
Alright.
I expect nothing less than greatness.
Now, well, I don't plan on losing, so just have some food ready for me by the end of it.
Sure, we can arrange that.
Friend somewhere was like, on it.
As you're sort of talking, as you sort of scoped out some of the schools, you both feel like some hands on your shoulders as you all are talking, and you hear sort of, like how you were talking, and someone just puts their arms around you and just says, well, looks like the band's back together again, huh? You turn around and you see your old pal Follis, not representing Shoy Lake Academy. In fact, representing Halls of Iron.
What?
What colors were Halls of Iron again?
I believe that they were like a slate gray and like a gold, I believe.
I just look at him. It was sort of like up and down and be like, Olith, you traded in blue for gray?
I traded in weakness for strength.
Ah. And have you seen the standings lately?
You got lucky.
Oh, I won't deny that. But the standings are the standings.
Well, once I beat you, then that's that. You did see the bracket, didn't you? Any points? And your first match is against Follis.
Oh, hey, look at that. I actually haven't seen that yet. Thank you. So I'm sure what? Gonna try to kill me.
Why would I do anything like that? I'm not a monster. I just want to embarrass you in front of everyone, every school.
I don't think I could be embarrassed in the ring. Not by somebody that's embarrassed themselves by running tail and switching schools.
See, that's where you're wrong. You are the embarrassment. You were the one who tucked tail and ran. While I and Emma built the school back. Where were you? Gallivanting off on adventures? Scraping by from mercenaries? You're a joke.
I mean, yeah. I made a good living doing what I wanted to do. Hey, quick question. Found any leads on our old sensei?
Why do you ask?
Because in my time doing that oh so embarrassing adventuring work, I happened to come across plenty of clues that might point us to where he's at.
Oh, really? Because you and I both know that this Temple of the Crystal Rose are the ones responsible. Once I wipe the floor with you, I'll just destroy any of them in my path as well.
Wait, you think the Crystal Rose and not the weird, shady, silent hand, almost definitely secret assassin killers are not the ones responsible?
I don't even know who they are, but you know how Crystal Rose was. They're the ones that obviously burned down our dojo.
Yeah. I don't think so. I'm gonna pin my hopes on the shady assassin school that you've never heard of. Can I talk to you aside for a second, Follis?
Why?
Because we're grown adults who can have a conversation.
I'm going to save the conversation for the ring. Here momentarily. Whatever you want to say to me, just say it.
I plan on finding Gin. Whether I win or lose this tournament doesn't matter to me.
Yin is dead. We're not finding him. We're avenging him.
Oh. I'm a little bit more hopeful than you. So
You just don't know when to let go. You're always
Really?
a child like that. Letting go of these things is impossible for you.
I was the one just scolded by you for running away and leaving you and Emma behind. It seems like you have something you can't let go of. Either way, I'm gonna find our sensei, and I was gonna hope that you would be there to help me, but I guess not. I'll see you in the ring.
He sort of nods and walks off.
All right.
Well, that was awkward. You think you know where Sensei is? This is news to me. I mean, I thought he was dead. Now I think that avenging him and not knowing who was responsible is absurd, but...
Listen, I don't have any concrete details, but I do have a hunch that this Silent Hand school at least knows where he was, if not where he is, or where he died at the very least. In fact, their sensei said as much.
Well, just be careful.
I said, I'll be fine.
Right.
Well,
You hear... What?
I better, I don't know, do some calisthenics or something.
Everyone starts to get ready as the sort of rest period for lunch, kind of in the middle there, is starting to come to a close. This is where we will take our break. And when we come back, we will start the weapons event and see who
better win.
the winner of the tournament will be. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. See you
Snack
in
time.
a bit. Okay, bye.
Bye.